There's a PC only trick for the autoscroller to let you do like a laser shot. The way it works is by holding use gear, which under normal control setup will be middle mouse button, and then just left clicking to start firing. It'll, for whatever reason, just shoot every single frame. So while the autoscroller is kind of boring, at least it's not a struggle to get any of the souls. We're not too worried about the blue souls for currency. The main one that we'll be wanting to get are the yellow wrath souls. In the first dungeon, there's a fight that'll be coming up that's sped up a lot if we have 2 full wrath bars. And for the autoscroller, you can mostly just watch this video to see where stuff spawns, or just play through it enough and then you'll start learning where things are. Like I said though, the early enemies don't really matter too much. It's mainly just going to be the stuff that drops the yellow wrath. This has always been kind of like the sticking point of the run, because as our time's gotten lower, the amount of the run that is the autoscroller just keeps going up. So I think now it's like 10% of the run is just an autoscroller. So it's like the holy grail if we were to skip it. There doesn't seem to be too much of a way though. You can use AFOX was finding they can use cars to like use car glitch and make it into the autoscroller, but then you're just stuck walking through the autoscroller, which really isn't any better. So yeah, while we've improved a lot of the other strategies, this is one that's been here, or that's just kind of been the same. And for this guide, I'll be really just kind of doing stuff in the basic, like beginner ways. Just because, I mean, currently most of the game is played backwards or sideways. So this will give you an idea of kind of just how the route looks, exactly what we're trying to hit. And then as you get more comfortable with the techniques and all of that, you can start looking at either the old world record videos or some of the newer ones, and they'll give you just like pretty discrete methods of new routes and other techniques to improve. Because most of the improvements on the world records have just been like strategy changes, as in addition to like just playing better, but things like transitioning the entire run from forwards to backwards, and then from backwards to sideways because it's slightly faster, and then just tons of like small skips here and there. The nice thing for this game is like pretty much everyone that's played it has basically contributed skips in one way or another. So it's kind of cool that even someone that like might not complete a run finds some glitches or finds like a new skip, which is always kind of encouraging. There's actually a low FPS trick that could be used to skip the window jump. Basically, if you have a really low FPS when going in one of the orbs, the game doesn't calculate you slowing down, and so you just like fly into the air really, really fast. But there's not a reliable way to just change your GPU, or we basically outlawed changing your GPU clock mid-run. Most other things though are just like higher frame rate is better. To an extent, kind of like as we upgraded computers, some of the stuff got easier throughout the years, since now it's like a 7-year-old game. But I played recently on my oldest computer, the one that I started with, and was still getting like the world record time. So it's not, it doesn't necessarily make it faster, it just makes it easier. It's kind of the same reason we use in-game timing versus real time, because on solid state you'll have about a minute of faster loading than someone on a hard drive. The way the in-game timer works is anytime the game world is running, so now we're in the in-game cutscenes, or even in some of the warp zone loading screens, the timer's going. But if you're paused or there's like that orange loading circle, it won't run the timer. So it's pretty consistent across a whole bunch of different hardware. Oh yeah, one thing you'll see me doing is just like slowly rotating the targeting circle. The reason for that is that on these bugs, the game likes to auto-aim, and you'll always miss because it's just they fly too fast. But by doing this slow like circle rotation, you'll basically just be like carpet bombing them, and no matter what, like there's going to be a bullet that hits them. So that's one way to get the most out of the enemies. The red bugs you'll see giving the yellow shards, so they're kind of the priority targets to take out. And yeah, if everything goes well, you won't have 2 full wrath shards at the end of this, but it'll be where in the middle of the next fight, you'll fill up the second one and have it available. Alright, almost to the end. Oh yeah, and as far as like segmenting this tutorial, my plan was just to kind of do it where like a normal segmented run would be, but we'll see if the time of the parts gets way out of hand, as there's like some 10-minute speedrun segments that might be like 40 minutes in tutorial land. Anyway, Autoscroller is over.